The New York Rangers win 4-2 at Madison Square Garden over the Washington Capitals. The reverse retro jerseys are 1-0. This is the first time this season that they have won 2 games in a row, and they definitely deserved the 2 points last night. They were relentless on the forecheck, and everybody came to play. The line of Panarin, Strome, and Kakko were the best that they have ever played together, and this was most likely Igor Shesterkin's best start this season. In the first period, Ryan Strome gets the Rangers on the board early. Once again, it is Artemi Panarin making a play, setting up Adam Fox at the point, flinging it towards the net, and Ryan Strome deflecting it. We've seen this so far from Adam Fox getting the puck to the net for a player to tip it in. We've seen that a few times this season already. He doesn't get a point on this play, but the hard forecheck from Kaapo Kakko sets up Panarin to set up Fox, who sets up Strome. Kaapo Kakko was an absolute maniac tonight, especially in the offensive zone. He's a big reason why the Rangers went up 1-0. The Rangers are once again perfect on the penalty kill. After going 4 for 4 last night, they are now 14 for 14 over their last 3 games on the penalty kill. They haven't given up a power play goal since January 28th in Buffalo. Another positive from last night was how the Rangers were able to keep up with Washington physically throughout the game. On January 22nd, the Rangers had 40 hits against the Penguins. They played a grinding style of game, didn't really get to their speed. Last night they did both. They played a grinding style of game and an absolute north-south hockey game. They were so fast and hard last night. They used speed and grit to outwork the Capitals in all 3 areas of the ice last night. Halfway through the second period, Long Island native Anthony Bitetto with a really good effort, and it ends up going in the back of the net. I absolutely bugged out. Long Island kid. He's been waiting for this moment since he was born. But that goal does not happen, and once again, this player doesn't get a point when he essentially makes a play. The entry by Julien Gauthier with speed and toughness to get the puck into Washington's end. He ends up losing the puck, but then Rooney gives it to Bitetto, and then Bitetto does his little swirly around the zone. At first, I thought it was Bitetto's goal, no doubt, and then I saw Gauthier in front of the net. I was getting nervous that it might have been Gauthier's first NHL goal, but it was Bitetto, and it was a great goal, and I'm sure he loved scoring that goal in the Liberty jersey, too. It was fantastic for him, and I bet for a lot of Long Island Ranger fans. The Caps put a little pressure at the end of the second period. It is former Ranger Carl Hagelin, because why wouldn't it be? With a fluky goal off his leg, ends up beating Shesterkin over his shoulder. 2-1 at the end of the second. The Caps ended up pushing the gas a little bit at the end of the second period. Brett Howden takes a penalty with around 10 seconds left. And once again, it seems like this has happened a lot this season. The Rangers are entering a period on the penalty kill. To start the third period, the Rangers were dialed in on trying to keep the puck in the Capital zone. There was a lot of neutral zone play where the Rangers came into the neutral zone and just dumped the puck behind the Caps defenseman. The last thing they wanted to do was turn over the puck in the neutral zone, and I think they did a really good job preventing that. The Rangers make it 3-1 here in the third period as Ryan Strome picks up his second goal of the night. The Capitals get a little aggressive offensively. We have one of their defensemen falling down, and once again, it's Kaapo Kakko making a smart play in his own end, using one hand on his stick, banks it off the boards, sends bread and butter on a 2-on-1. Trevor Van Riemsdyk did not play the 2-on-1 well at all as he sent diving towards Strome. Not a good play by TVR at all. It's Strome to Panarin, back to Strome, bread and butter. Butter times 2, it's 3-1 Rangers. Once again, another negative was the face-offs in this game, and Ovechkin takes advantage of that. In the offensive zone for the Capitals, Backstrom beats Zibanejad cleanly. Ovechkin wires it. He passes Mike Gartner on the all-time list. It's now 3-2 Rangers. The best scenario for that situation was Zibanejad to possibly tie up Backstrom, but Backstrom's one of the best centers in the league. Ovechkin's goal was inevitable. He had like 10 shots, it felt like, last night. Shesterkin stopped a lot of them, and a lot of hard ones, too. And Igor Shesterkin was sharp against him tonight, but that goal was going to go in. After that, there were about 9 minutes left in the game, and I think after that goal that they gave up, the Rangers did a really good job at not letting up and keeping the foot on the gas. They continued to put pressure on the Capitals in their own end. With the goalie pulled under a minute left, Strome has another opportunity at an empty net, and he misses for the second time in this game. There was an opportunity midway in the second period where Vanacek lost his net, and Strome missed an empty net again. Even though Stromer missed the net, the Rangers were still able to keep the puck in the offensive zone with the goalie pulled and changed 2 of their forwards as Panarin stayed on the ice. And they were able to burn 20 seconds off the clock. The Capitals eventually get more momentum to come back up the ice. It's Panarin to Zibanejad to Buchnevich for an empty net goal. It's Artemi Panarin's 3rd point of the night. It's Mika Zibanejad's 2nd assist of the season, and Pavel Buchnevich's 3rd goal. Really good to see Mika get an apple on that. He's been struggling a little bit. Tonight wasn't the greatest game he could have played, but it definitely was better. I'm happy he got an apple tonight. Before we get into any questions from you guys, I just want to talk about a couple players who really stood out for me tonight. So far, Jacob Trouba has absolutely turned it around from last season. Trouba has looked more alert in his own end, and definitely more comfortable with the puck. He played 24 minutes last night and had 9 blocks. 9 blocks. Also 4 hits. He was a huge reason why the Rangers were so good defensively last night. And a guy we've talked about multiple times today in this video, Kaapo Kakko. He was engaged physically and determined to get the puck at every opportunity. David Quinn the other day said the Kaapo Kakko development has been going well, and I agree. Sometimes we get into McDavid and Matthews syndrome where the players who are drafted 1st and 2nd overall have to make an impact right away in the league, and that's just not true. Each player is different, and I think with the gradual development that we've seen so far from Kaapo Kakko, he's looked great. And Igor Shesterkin, this was his best game of the season, no doubt in my mind. I thought he looked comfortable, he looked composed. If we see Igor Shesterkin like that every night, it's going to be tough for teams to score against him. It'd be nice if I actually knew what questions I was answering here. Let's go with Rangers' future for the first question. What's with Stromer and empty nets? Yeah, he missed 2 empty nets tonight, 1 with the goalie pulled. Pretty funny, thankfully it didn't cost them the game. Phil, is Shesterkin the way to go? Yeah, I think you start him on Monday. Even though Georgiev has played outstanding against the New York Islanders in his career, Shesterkin has looked dialed in, and he's your #1 goaltender. If you want a long-term success, it's Igor Shesterkin as your #1 goaltender. I think you gotta roll with him on Monday. We'll take this one together from Burrito and Gamer. Do you think Zibanejad will get going like he was last year after he eventually gets one? Thoughts on Mika? Yeah, Mika's looked slow. We've said this the last couple weeks now. He's looked kind of slow to start the season. I think that assist last night will kind of help him. Not too much, but yeah, he needs to find his game a little bit more. Hopefully coming into what he was last season. Just takes time for some players to start a season. Question here from Vin. Thoughts on Hayek last night? I thought him and Potato were really good as a pair. I like Libor Hayek. I liked him a couple years ago. Injuries kind of stalled his development and his play as a Ranger, but I thought he looked really good last night, really comfortable. Or Tizzle, the Liberty jerseys were fire last night. Sean, was this Lafreniere's worst game? At what point do you look to the coach who's supposedly good at developing young guys to question production out of a 2nd overall pick and then a 1st overall pick? Listen, this is going to be said multiple times throughout the season. Kaapo Kakko last night, you can't tell me that didn't look like a player who's been developed a little bit. This is Alexei Lafreniere's 10th NHL game. You gotta relax on it. You gotta wait for these players to develop. He's 19 years old, first time playing in the best league in the world. Everyone just gotta calm down on the development of these players. I think they're gonna be fine. Lafreniere, we've seen sparks of what he can do. He's just not physically there yet. And it's the NHL. It's not the Q. Those are the questions. I think we'll end off that. Guys, I appreciate all of you for watching. Let's go Rangers. Huge win last night. A lot of subscribers new on the channel, so if you're new, I really do appreciate you coming out and supporting the channel here. If you're brand new and you want to subscribe down below. Leave a like if you did enjoy, and I'll see you guys later.